When the world thought it had already seen every possible side of global superstar Jungkook, he did it again, silently, effortlessly, and with a single upload that sent billions of hearts racing across continents. The moment Jungkook of BTS appeared in the latest campaign for Calvin Klein, the internet did not just react, it exploded. Timelines froze, group chats ignited. Fans from Seoul to Sao Paulo, from Los Angeles to Jakarta, collectively gasped as the golden Maknae once again proved why he stands at the very peak of global influence. It wasn't just another fashion post, it wasn't simply another brand collaboration, it was a cultural moment, a statement, a reminder. Jungkook doesn't just participate in global fashion, he redefines it. The new Calvin Klein upload arrived without warning. No teaser countdown, no cryptic hint, just one striking image that radiated confidence, maturity, and a quiet intensity that only Jungkook possesses. Dressed in minimalistic Calvin Klein pieces that highlighted his sculpted physique and undeniable charisma, he looked less like a campaign model and more like the embodiment of modern masculinity. The lighting, subtle yet dramatic, traced every contour of his presence. The simplicity of the styling made one thing clear: the focus was never the clothes alone, it was him. Within minutes, hashtags began trending worldwide. Jungkook's name soared to the top of social platforms. Fan accounts translated captions into dozens of languages. Fashion critics rushed to dissect every detail: the pose, the expression, the subtle tension in his gaze. Even those who were not fans of BTS found themselves drawn into the magnetic force of the moment. That is Jungkook's power. He doesn't ask for attention, attention finds him. What makes this Calvin Klein moment different from previous collaborations is the evolution it represents. Jungkook is no longer just the youngest member of a record-breaking group. He is a global brand in himself. His journey from a shy teenage trainee to an international icon is etched into every campaign frame, and fans see it, they feel it, they grow with him. Industry insiders have long whispered about the Jungkook effect. Products he wears sell out within hours. Trends he initiates dominate seasons. Songs he releases shatter streaming records. When he partnered with Calvin Klein previously, sales reportedly surged dramatically. With this newest upload, experts predict an even larger impact. Analysts note that the fashion market in 2026 is increasingly driven by authenticity and emotional connection. Jungkook embodies both. He doesn't feel like a distant celebrity, he feels like someone who brings the world closer together. The comment sections beneath the post became digital oceans of admiration. King of global fashion. He owns every era. This is art. Fans praised not just his visuals but his confidence. Many longtime ARMY reflected on how far he has come. They remembered the boy who once nervously introduced himself on stage. Now that same boy commands campaigns for one of the most iconic fashion houses in the world. Calvin Klein's minimalist aesthetic perfectly complements Jungkook's aura. There is something poetic about the pairing. The brand's legacy has always centered around timeless sensuality and understated power. Jungkook adds a layer of emotional storytelling. He brings vulnerability beneath the strength, softness beneath the sharp edges. That duality captivates audiences. It makes every image feel alive. Fashion editors from New York to Paris described the campaign as defining for a generation. The imagery doesn't scream for attention, instead it pulls you in. Jungkook's gaze holds the camera and through it the viewer. There's a quiet confidence there, a sense of someone who knows exactly who he is, and that self-assurance resonates with millions who have watched him grow over the years. Beyond the visuals, what truly moved fans was the timing. In an era where digital content moves at lightning speed, Jungkook's post felt intentional, thoughtful, almost intimate. It reminded people why they fell in love with him in the first place, not just for his voice or his dance skills but for his authenticity. Even in a high-fashion campaign, he feels real. The ripple effect was immediate. Calvin Klein stores reported spikes in online traffic. Social media engagement metrics shattered previous records for fashion campaigns this year. Marketing experts began citing the post as a case study in influence. Jungkook doesn't just promote a brand, he amplifies it into a global conversation. But perhaps the most powerful reaction came from the fans themselves. For ARMY, this wasn't just about clothes, it was about pride. Watching Jungkook dominate global fashion spaces feels personal to them. They have witnessed every stage of his evolution, the long training nights, the early tour, the countless performances that shaped him into the icon he is today. Seeing him front and center in a Calvin Klein campaign is validation. It is proof that dreams nurtured with passion can indeed conquer the world. There's also something symbolic about a Korean artist leading campaigns for a legacy American brand. It reflects the shifting landscape of global culture. Barriers are dissolving. Influence is no longer limited by geography. Jungkook stands at the intersection of East and West, bridging audiences with effortless charm. His Calvin Klein upload becomes more than a fashion statement, it becomes a cultural milestone. Critics who once underestimated the power of K-pop now find themselves acknowledging its dominance. And at the forefront of that dominance is Jungkook. His ability to transition seamlessly from stadium concerts to high-fashion editorials showcases a rare versatility. Few artists can command both the music charts and the fashion industry with equal force. Jungkook does it naturally. Fans dissected every element of the shoot. The subtle tattoos visible beneath the fabric sparked renewed admiration. The controlled posture hinted at strength. The soft lighting emphasized vulnerability. Each detail felt intentional. Each detail told a story. Meanwhile, new fans drawn in by the viral images began exploring Jungkook's music catalog. Streams of his solo tracks spiked. Old performances resurfaced on trending pages. One fashion post opened doors to an entire artistic universe. That is the true magnitude of his reach. In interviews over the years, Jungkook has spoken about wanting to show growth, to mature, to challenge himself. This Calvin Klein upload feels like a manifestation of that ambition. It reflects an artist unafraid of evolution, unafraid of stepping into new dimensions of self-expression. Fashion insiders predict that this campaign could redefine how luxury brands approach global ambassadors. Jungkook's engagement numbers dwarf many established Western celebrities, but beyond numbers lies emotional impact. His fans don't just consume content, they invest in it, they celebrate it, they amplify it. That emotional bond is priceless. The internet may move quickly, but moments like this linger. Weeks from now, fashion magazines will still reference the campaign. Marketing seminars will analyze its virality. Fans will still revisit the post, screenshot it, set it as wallpapers, and replay behind-the-scenes clips on loop. And through it all, Jungkook remains calm, grounded, focused on his craft. That humility only deepens the admiration. Despite commanding billions of eyes with a single upload, he continues to approach his career with sincerity. This Calvin Klein moment is not an isolated highlight. It is part of a larger narrative, a young artist from South Korea who dared to dream beyond borders, from trainee to global icon, from group Maknae to solo powerhouse. Each chapter builds upon the last. The world often asks, what is the secret behind Jungkook's enduring appeal? Is it his voice capable of carrying both tenderness and power? Is it his dance precision, sharp yet fluid? Is it his visuals that seem sculpted for the camera? The answer is all of it and more. It is the authenticity that shines through every performance, every post, every campaign. As the Calvin Klein upload continues to circulate across digital spaces, one thing becomes undeniably clear: Jungkook's influence is not temporary, it is transformative. He inspires not just fashion trends but confidence, self-expression, boldness. Millions look at him and feel empowered to embrace their own individuality. In the end, this story is not merely about a brand collaboration. It is about impact. About a young man whose journey has touched billions, about a single upload that reminded the world of his star power. Jungkook didn't need elaborate captions or dramatic announcements, he let the image speak. And the world listened. Now the question lingers in the hearts of fans everywhere. If one post can create this level of global admiration, what will he do next? Whatever it is, one thing is certain: billions will be watching, ready to be amazed all over again.